In studio, Gary Lash and Jonathan Ford from the Shreveport YMCA. Also, Dr. Eddie Anglin, orthopedic surgeon.
Let me ask Jonathan
Bring
this.
people up to date. You got to start from scratch.
The YMCA is no longer going to have a tackle football program for children. Accurate? Right. You've done the research. You've seen the medical evidence, and it is out there that CTE is over a long haul is doing damage. And if you can help with keeping children playing just flag football when they're young, that you can save some of these kids, correct?
That's exactly right. So our plan is to have flag up through 8th grade.
Okay.
And then prepare these kids to go into tackle by teaching them skills, getting the high school football coaches, physicians like Eddie to come in and help us teach the skills that will prepare them to be safer when they do start playing, if they choose to play tackle football.
How many teams do you expect to lose of your program?
Excuse me a second. Say your question, but then I've got one on top of
it. How many
teams
answers and or players do you expect to lose with this change?
I think it's just the opposite. I think they'll have more players. How many players do you expect to gain? How many teams do you expect to add? Because suddenly all those little kids like I was, who aren't necessarily contact inclined because you're the littlest kid, now you can play.
Well, I think you're right. Initially, we were thinking the same thing as your question. We bite the bullet, cut our losses, and then build a program. But now we're seeing that the schools, elementary, middle schools, want to have teams again, multiple teams. It's a 6-on-6 program, multiple teams by grade.
Are you going to let girls play in this league?
Yes. The girls play now. With
us.
And
you guys are wussifying football. I hear people screaming at you.
Get off the box there, Lou. The point is, you will have, if more girls can get involved, who I would assume would have been a little reticent to take on tackle football at the age of 7 or 8. I'm telling you, this could blow up your league, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah, I think so. I think because we're trying to be safe, trying to teach these skills, and again, to help them prepare themselves if they decide to play tackle at an older age. And again, having the medical advice, having the medical advice to help us in that program and trying to keep kids safe and reduce injury is the whole key to it. So.
Are they going to wear ballet slippers while they're playing, Gary? I'm joking with you, but I know there's people listening that are going,
no, there's not.
Yes, there are.
I guarantee you there's not.
There are people who
You and I can argue about this
There are people
later.
who are thinking, we're going to change the NFL. This is going to be the way the NFL is going to go now, etc. But CTE is a serious problem.
I think a lot of the parents are going to defend us in this, so I don't think that'll be a problem with
I don't
that issue.
Don't look at me disparagingly when you answer. Look at her.
Eddie, let me, and we're talking to Eddie Anglin, who is Louisiana Tech's your doctor. You work with a lot of schools. It really does damage to the head and can cause neurological problems over a lifetime. CTE is what we're talking about. And is the medical evidence, it's accurate, it's not fake news, it's real stuff, right?
It's pretty profound. Dr. Cantu he's a neurosurgeon in Boston who has done a lot of work on this and has kind of led the charge on this. And it is very convincing that there is permanent damage from repetitive trauma to the head. And what we're trying to do is reduce the exposure to that. And so that is what we're trying to accomplish with this program. And basically what you would like to do at this age group is allow the parents to coach if they'd like to coach with proper training. You would like the kids to learn something about football and the techniques and various routes and offense and defensive strategies and that sort of thing, and reduce the head trauma and the injury levels.
Shreveport's not the first to do this, Gary. This is a nationwide movement. Is this a movement through the YMCA programs across the country?
It's not only through YMCA, but other youth programs, Pop Warner and those kind of things. And we just came back from a trip to Dallas. They have 19 branches, only one play tackle football. And so as you begin to see participation decrease in around 2000, 17, Louisiana was the only state that increased youth football participation, but now it's declining. The high school guys are telling us that's declining because the kids are not having fun. So it's a national trend to reduce injury, again, to go towards playing flag football in older kids. As you mentioned earlier, some of the prominent pro athletes today didn't play tackle football until later. And
That
so,
includes Tom Brady and Drew Brees
exactly.
on that
And
list.
so that's what we're seeing even in neighboring Texas. In Marshall, you need to be 14 years old, and so that's about the age of, going into high school. And so we see it as a national trend. And so we decided to go ahead and step out forward first and be on the lead edge of this type movement to help protect kids and teach them some better
One more
skills.
quick question before we let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is for Gary or Jonathan. Because Aaron's been sitting there, ballet slippers, tutus,
I'm messing with you.
sissify the game. I'm intrigued by, to this point, because I'm assuming that this story, that this announcement has probably leaked out. There's rumors about this going around. Or in your meetings, pardon me, you had panels of parents and or coaches, etc. What kind of feedback have you gotten from them specifically about the decision that you announced today?
I guess really, you have the coaches that they're gung-ho, they want to play tackle, they're going to play tackle, and then we get the parents and some coaches that think it's the best thing that we can do. And that's from 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade coaches. They think what we're doing, they agree with it. And these are people that played college football, played high school football. Some of them played professional. And they still don't allow their kids to play tackle football because they know the risk and they know the burnout. And so, the parents, they came back, and it was really kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting to get as much positive feedback from them as we did. But the coaches, some of them, they're on the fence and they want to keep playing tackle because they've been playing tackle. They don't want to come back to flag. But, that's their choice. They can do what they want to do.
Mr. Gary, information. If folks want info about your changing league, they can give you a call. There's a website with details.
Yes.
Help me out here.
They can go to our website at YMCA website that we have. They can call the branches. All information is online, so there's not a problem getting that information out. As Jonathan said, some of the guys supporting us even played for Nick Saban.
And registration's open now, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you guys for coming in. Good to see you, Doc. I appreciate
Gary Lash,
all your help.
Jonathan Ford, Dr. Eddie Anglin. Gentlemen, appreciate it as always.